This is a message to the Latinos for Trump. This is a message to the Latinos for Trump. You voted for a man who doesn't care about you at all. And he's made it very clear. Whenever he talks about the immigrants and he calls them rapists, and murderers, killers, and garbage and scum and the worst, they're sending their worst over here. He's talking about you too, and me. Because to him, we're all the same. If he was walking down the street and he saw you and one of the people that had just crossed the border, he wouldn't be able to tell you apart. And to him, it doesn't make a difference. We're all the same. They don't care. They just want to get rid of the immigrants. And I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a man named Stephen Miller that's probably going to be on Trump's cabinet. He's going to be one of his cabinet members, and he's going to be in charge of the deportation actions, right? And that man, Stephen Miller, wants to change the laws so that they can take away naturalization. You think that that piece of paper that you have, if you have it, if you've become a naturalized citizen, you think that piece of paper makes you different. But in their eyes, you're not different. I was born here, and I'm not different to them, to those people. The way they think, I'm just like all the rest of them. To them, I'm the same. So that piece of paper is not going to save you. And they're trying to make laws now. They're in the process of figuring out what they have to do to change the law to take away that naturalization citizenship. They're also looking into taking away natural-born citizens, people who came here and had kids here that were born here. They're looking to take that away as well. Unless you were born here to legal citizens, that's the only way you're going to get to stay, if they have their way. Now, there were thousands of people on TikTok trying to warn you about that, what that man really was. I was on here, not making videos, but I was on here posting comments and texting people and talking to people on here and trying to get them to understand who that man really is. But y'all chose to ignore it. I don't know what it is you thought you were accomplishing by voting for that man. You think that they're going to see you as an equal, or they're going to treat you like a white man or whatever. No, you fucked up. They're going to get you out of here. All they wanted was your vote. They got it now. They don't need you anymore. And they're looking to get you out of here. Right? Now, I don't know how they're going to do that. Maybe somebody in his cabinet can convince him, hey, it's not a good idea to deport these people. They're a big portion of our workforce. And if we deport them, the economy is going to go to shit. I don't know. Maybe they can convince him. And if they do, well, lucky you. But if they don't, you are the prime target. And you voted for it, even though we tried to warn you. So anything that happens to you, it's your own goddamn fault. You voted for it. That's what you wanted. That's what you're going to get. I have no sympathy for you. For all of you who didn't vote for him, I'm sorry that you're going to have to go through this. I truly am sorry. And that's my message to the Latinos for Trump.
As a Latino, I've never been more embarrassed and more disappointed in the Latin community for even voting or thinking of voting for Trump. Voting against your own self-interest is counterproductive. It's insane to me. Like, y'all don't make no sense. What's not clicking? And let's be very serious. Latinos voted for Trump because they want to be as close to whiteness as possible. It's because they're anti-black. It's because of the internalized racism. It's because of the not even internalized, it's for the outward racism. That's really mainly what it was. And let's not forget the misogyny of it all. Let's not forget that, because one thing a Latina woman is gonna do is gonna put her man, her son, and any male figure in the Latin community up on a pedestal with ease. And that's exactly what the Latino men thrive on. The women always putting them up on a pedestal. And that's really the sad part about it, because there is no reason why they should have been voting for Trump at all. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed today, and I'm just so disappointed.
As you've seen in the video, that is what people had to say. And I must say that this message can also go to the African people. I would say that I'm not mad about what, happened in the elections, because I would rather see someone that is true to themselves than someone that just pretends to be for people that they have been governing and not changed anything for, if that makes sense. But then as African people, we need to also understand that we have our people that we bring with, our existence in the US. We have our aunties, we have our sisters, our family members that come through other programs or whatsoever for them to be able to live in the US. So when there is a mass deportations, guys, we should not feel like, oh, it's only about these other groups of people, like we Africans are safe. Guys, it's for everybody. It's so serious that I saw this interview of the man they put in charge of deportation or the borders, Holland, if I'm not mistaken, where he said, if you don't want to be separated from your people and like you love your aunt or your sister, your brother too much, they are willing to also deport you even if you hold a US citizenship card. Like, can you understand that they are willing to even like deport US citizens to go with their families if they don't want to be separated? That's why I was like, oh, this is actually very, very serious. Like, it's a serious problem, and this man did not come to play. Like, it's crazy. Guys, listen to what he had to say.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
You realize that when he says, yes, families can be deported together, what he is saying is that U.S. citizens can be deported. What he is saying is, if the parent is undocumented and they have U.S. citizen children or U.S. citizen spouse, or and you don't want to separate them, then let's deport the U.S. citizens. Look, Donald Trump won the electoral vote. He won. He's going to win the House. He won the Senate. For all effects and purposes, he's got the Supreme Court. They've given him immunity. This is what the country voted for. This is, a lot of people thought that when he talked about mass deportations, he wasn't being serious. I don't know how many times he had to say it for people to realize he was being serious. Well, if you thought he wasn't being serious, the appointment of Tom Homan today as border czar, and he will be in charge of a mass deportation program, the largest the country has ever seen, they say. And now Stephen Miller, as deputy chief of staff, should let you know that he was absolutely serious. And when you talk about mass deportations, people think, oh, it's just going to be the criminals. There's not enough criminals, aliens in the federal prison system for it to be mass deportations. What it means is grandmothers. What it means is brothers and aunts. What it means is abuelos y abuelas. It means dreamers. It means your family members. It means your colleagues. It means your friends. It means people who are part of the society. And look, America, those of you who voted for Trump, this is what you wanted. This is what you voted for. You screwed around and you're about to find out.
Somebody said, oh, I don't know why black people laughing at Latinos and Hispanics, because if he gets away with this whole deportation situation, and he will, black people in the community is affected too. Everybody, all of y'all are going to be laughing until your Jamaican grandma is gone away. Everybody laughing when the black community is filled of black immigrants as well and stuff like that. Okay. First, let me just say this. Black people aren't laughing at Latinos because we want something bad to happen to them now. We're not laughing at Hispanics because we are pleased with negative things happening to them or their fear. One, black people laugh to keep the pain away. And black people are funny as shit. I'm not going to hold you because some of the jokes is fucking hilarious. That's just when y'all already know we funny as shit. Two, black people are laughing because we knew. Like, I want y'all to understand something. And I understand that y'all may not like it. And you may not even receive it because it's a black woman telling you this. And we know how y'all feel about black women. Y'all don't ever listen to this. But he has a hyper focus on certain people for a reason. And that reason really is because, in my belief, YT people never cared about anybody else but black people. YT people in America see things as black and white. This country has always been black and white to them. And all the rest of y'all in between, that's how they felt about y'all. I know y'all fought so hard to not be in the shadows of black people. Don't treat me like them. I'm not one of them. I'm not black. I'm Hispanic. I'm Latino. Don't do that like that. I'm not a minority. I want to be the model minority. Whatever it was. That's fine. That's cool because everybody deserves their own identity and I respect that. We understand that. Nonetheless, YT people never cared. In my prediction, YT people want to get this country back to its original form. To make America great again, right? And the original form was it was black people, Native Americans, and white people. That was it. None of y'all over here. None of y'all were on the plantation with us. YT people see minorities as support for black people. Black people now know better. You all were able to come over here into this country and live a life of semi-luxury in comparison to us. You all were able to get benefits and privileges off of the backs because of us. YT people gave you adjacency. They gave you the model minority. They gave you a little bit more acceptance. They gave you better treatment, not because they liked you, not because they respected you, not because they seen you as equal, but it was to spite black people. You came in here on a higher, having a higher stance in the pole or hierarchy pole because of black people. One, black people fought for the right for you to even get over here and benefit from things. That's one, and one of the main important situations. And like I said, because two, white people wanted to spite black people. This is a fight between white America and black America. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all. So when black people are laughing, in the sense, we're laughing because there's no gotcha moment over here with us. See, a group of people that knew that they would be in danger if these people won, there's no gotcha moment. We knew this. The laughter comes from you all that didn't. The laughter, unfortunately, behind some of us comes because you all are experiencing a gotcha moment. The gotcha moment for you all is you all believing that if you chose them, that you would be in favor. You all believing that you were going to escape or rise above or soar above the trauma that everybody like us, black people, were going to receive. The gotcha moment was that you thought, or that you let them convince you constantly, that if you aligned yourself with them, that you would be safe. And the fact is that they convinced you that having privilege over rights was better. That's what you voted for. You voted for privilege over rights. And now they're here taking your fucking rights away. So you don't receive any privilege. You see how that fucking goes? Black people have been telling you to follow us for the longest. We've been carrying everything on our shoulders and leading you for the longest. All you had to do was side with us. And you continue to live the level of comfort that you've been living out here in America. Off the backs of us. Out of the spite for us. That they can't stand us. White people have always hyper-focused on black people. He ain't got no beef with Jamaica. He ain't got no beef with Trinidad and Tobago. He ain't got no beef with Grenada, Bahamas, Barbados, Turks and Caicos, Cayman Islands. He don't give a fuck about them. Even though he talks a little shit about Haiti, he don't give a fuck about them either. He don't give a fuck about Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone. He don't give a fuck about none of them. He's not focused on them. My prediction again. YT people would want more black people here because they want to benefit off of our labor. They want to benefit off of our culture. They want to benefit off of us and just completely harass and harm us. They don't care. So they need you out of the way. Remember when Trump said that immigrants was taking black jobs? You think that he wants to remove us? No, he wants to remove you all who are receiving a level of privilege above black people. Black people still not only had to fight our way to get into places because of YT people, we had to fight to get our places because y'all were getting some level of favor over us, even though you were here and reaping the benefits off of us. So now, not only do they not have to go in competition with the model minority Asian, not only do they have to not go in competition with the Latino, not only do they not have to go into competition with the Middle Eastern, they only have to go into competition with us black people. And if they are majority in the power, you already know what they're going to do. They're going to overpower us. And now those jobs that were black jobs can go right back to us. We can go back to having the low-paying jobs. They can kick us out of the executive positions and the high positions that we had to work 10 times as harder to get. You only had to work 4 times as harder to get. And they'll be back in alignment. Them at the top, us at the bottom, and nobody challenging them in the middle. So I want you to have that understanding. YT people never cared about y'all in between. Y'all were just there. I'm sorry to tell you the truth.
It's actually funny seeing that these other groups of people feel like they are more favored with the white systems, which doesn't make sense because at the end of the day, every system, everything that is set up is still going to affect you, like in one way or the other. You're still going to be, like, your people are still going to be deported because you're part of the system. Like, it just doesn't make sense, guys. But, you know, that is it for me in the video, guys. Let me know what you think about this. Yeah, thanks for watching. Super chats. Thanks for your time. I always appreciate it. I am always posting. Yeah, I'll see you in another video.